Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be doing the Cancer reading. I have like a little thing that I wanted to say, not regarding Cancer, but just thoughts that I had this morning. But I'm gonna say it at the end because I'll probably forget at the end now, right? But like, I don't want to take up the reading. But just like about the spiritual path, and you know, I thought maybe Cancers would be pretty receptive to my input, but who knows. Anyways, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, cross watchers, or 4th house placements, okay? It's so strange when like people have certain signs, but then their house placements are totally different, because you're like, who are you? Like, I mean, me too, like, it's hard to know what, like, if the houses are more influential or like the actual sign placements. I don't know. Anyways, all right, so see what's going on with Cancers. You guys are my last reading, although I do have to redo Leo, so I wasn't really happy with it, but here we go. Cancers. Cycles with the moon, that makes sense. Ooh, Pisces full moon. Pisces moon is starting this today, and the full moon I think is this weekend. Contemplative, third party. Ooh, haven't gotten that in a while. All right, so the person you're dealing with, I feel like might go through cycles with, like, if you're dealing with a divine masculine, right? And part of the theory of twin flames is that there's always kind of like a karmic involved, and the reason why is because that karmic partner is there to teach the masculine in ways that are less kind of threatening, but in ways that, like, he's able to be with her because the dynamic isn't as intense for her. Well, it could be him, her, whatever. Masculine doesn't necessarily have to be a man, but it's easier to talk like that. So that karmic partner helps that person ascend in a way that we can't really help the masculine, because first off, the separation helps them ascend, and then through their the contrast of the karmic versus the twin flame, they're able to kind of like get more clarity and learn more about themselves, and this person is less threatening to like their emotions, but they're able to kind of mold this person. They're going to help them. Actually, we should be very grateful to the karmic partners, because they help the masculine see things that we're not capable of making them see, because we're just too much for them, really, because we are their ultimate mirrors, okay? And they don't know how to face themselves. That's kind of like the summing up of twin flames. But so I've got these 6 cards here that I just pulled, and what I was talking about was ascension, and that's what the third party is helping them do. So we've got third party, but eventually they ascend beyond that third party, because I don't think usually I think the karmic is also very tied into this dynamic in an egoic way, but I don't think they're actually in love or feel like this is their twin flame. And if they do, they eventually come out of that illusion, because if they're not their twin flame, then they're not, you know, and they'll eventually have that awareness too, the karmic. But anyway, so we got ascending, deception, shadow work, cycles, contemplation, and third party. I feel like the masculine is always in his deceptive behavior, whether it's deceiving others, whether it's deceiving himself, but I feel like he's realizing all the ways that he's been deceptive, and you guys may have had a separation that he's forced to just deal with this third party dynamic, and I see shadow work here. So I do think he's kind of willing to face his shadows and to face his tendency to be deceptive, because with that contemplation, I really feel like he's facing himself in a way. This is not to say he's going to awaken, because this is like a huge thing. Like, think about how hard it is for you to change. So imagine him, who's so defended in his ego, to change. It's just not going to happen like that. But the one thing that I do think is ultimately the biggest fear for both the masculine and the feminine is abandonment, okay? And that's the one thing that I think will cause the masculine to change, is if he gets abandoned by this third party, this karmic, he will eventually know what it felt like for him to abandon the feminine, and he'll have some awakening. But let's just see what's going on with that, okay? So yesterday I used the Wanderer's Tarot, which I was saying I hadn't used in a while, because some of the cards get kind of confusing, but I love this deck so much. I know the creator of it because I took a course with her. She's personally done a reading for me. She has just like an amazing energy, and her cards are like so powerful. I just don't use them that often because the suits are different and they're a little harder to interpret. So just bear with me if it takes me a minute to kind of interpret them, but I love them. So I've been up since 4 a.m. It's 7:30 or something here. Okay, we've got Wanderer of Stones, that's what I was saying. So that's the Pentacles energy. I've got 9 of Wands, it's a Paranoid. And we've got 3 of Moons, which is 3 of Cups. I would say reversed. So I do feel like this is another third party thing, okay? Also some Cups energies for Cancers. I do feel like the masculine might be dealing with, or you might be dealing with an earth sign here. Your masculine might be an earth sign. Knight of Pentacles energy could be a Virgo. But with the 9 of Wands, I feel like there's a little weariness. I feel like the masculine is sort of, and you might also be sort of like very paranoid about this third party situation, okay? 3 of Swords here. Okay, this very, very third party situation. I feel like someone in this situation is very hurt, okay? Could be the masculine, could be the karmic, and it could be you. Now, if you're not into this twin flame theory, I've probably already lost your interest, so, because I'm heavily on it today for some reason. Now we've got the Wanderer of Feathers. So we've got fire energy here, okay? Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo you could be dealing with. And the Prophet of Knives, which is swords, reversed. There could have been some, it could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but there could have been some harsh words exchanged, okay, with your masculine and you, or, I don't know, I'm getting, let me just, I'm going to pull from the Cosmic Tarot as well, because this, the Chariot reversed, and we've got 9 of Swords reversed. No, that's upright. Okay, there's definitely a lot of anxiety here, a lot of fear, a lot of weariness, and there's also this lack of ability to move forward, okay? I feel like the Chariot reversed here is you guys, that Cancer, and there's something that you're not trusting with this situation, okay? Now, your masculine may have come back, and you just feel like there's too much pain from that third-party situation that you don't even know. You don't even know how you would move forward with this guy, this girl, whatever. Knight of, like, and I had the Knight of Wands here, so I feel like you kind of feel like they're a player too. 4 of Swords, I feel like you're taking the time to think about, you know, this dynamic and gather some truth. We've got the Emperor here. Interesting. And the Ace of Cups. Ooh. Like to see these together. Okay. So, unfortunately, you guys don't trust this person, but they actually might finally be coming from a genuine place and offering their cup of love. And with the Emperor upright, I feel like they've actually become, they're actually awakening, and they've taken the time to take responsibility, to be in their divine masculine ultimate state, and they are opening their heart up, and they're wanting a new beginning emotionally with you guys, okay? So you guys might have gotten an offer. 2 of Pentacles reverse, and I feel like this decision of whether or not to give them a chance is really stressing you out, okay? So I'm gonna pull from this LQ Oracle deck and see what messages I got here. She who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. I kind of feel like that's the masculine. There's a moon here, so it could be you guys though too. I think something in you might have changed. So the moon is for Cancer, okay? So she who changes. You might have gone through a major change where you feel like you don't even know if you want. She who hopes, love, hope, and relationship, okay? she who brings light, serenity, and beacon, okay? So I feel like the masculine is recognizing that you are the one that brings him light. You're also changing. He also hopes to be with you, okay? So I feel like the masculine is finally awakening to your power, feminines, and you guys might not really be so ready for this to reignite this dynamic, okay? So I'm going to pull from the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 and see what your masculine has to say to you. Am I good enough for you? Yeah, I think he's seeing you in this light right now of like, wow, like I missed out on her, you know? Songs are speaking to me, okay? So music is really like reminding him of you, and also you could be hearing songs that remind you of him. I look at your picture often. Wow. Okay, so this person is like, has got you on their mind. They're thinking of you and they're sending you music, or you're, you know, hearing music that's reminding them, and they are actually doubting whether they are good enough for you, okay? So they're having like an ego death for sure, this masculine, all right? So that's a cool message, Cancer. I'm not going to do that other thing because, like I said, I'll maybe make another video. It was just kind of about, you know, realizing if you're watching these videos and you're on a spiritual path, not to compare yourself to people that aren't, because you're just on a totally different path, and to trust that this is like the path you're supposed to be on. But I'll talk about it more in another video, all right? Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.